have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Wow, that was crazy. Art, we're still going to treat it like it's your show. I'm putting you right up there, buddy. But I will be second since it's on my channel.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Art, take over. What happened?
What happened?
It was the pew-pews, like Bretsky the Great says.
Yeah, so we were live streaming on my YouTube channel, and we had some great people hanging out with us, having a good time, right? We were doing some deep diving on indie publishing, great characters that have come out of that, and having a good time. And then my wife comes up and says, you're not live anymore. And so nothing showed us, like there was no heads up or anything, like it was still like business as usual. And so then we shut that down, and I looked into it, and that stream is just completely nuked. It's gone completely. And so we can speculate between the three of us or the four of us what happened. The only thing we could think of is maybe some gunplay, but what do you guys think?
I mean, that's the only thing I could think it could be it's not, I don't think it's a StreamYard thing because I'm using it right now. So
yeah,
it could be the gunplay thing, but at the same time, I don't know if, since we've been using it, like Graham said, if it would just automatically yank it down. My thought is somebody, blew something in, but I don't even know if it would happen that quick. So,
yeah, but the thing is, I've used it too. We've all used that intro. So I used it on my channel, I think at least once. So I'm not sure what the hell happened.
And it's obviously parody. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not real life. It's all from movies.
FNT uses explosions and stuff.
Well, I think I have the answer.
What is that?
Obey Fu Manchu or every living thing will die. Someone got out of line and we got nuked. Who did not obey Fu Manchu? This is a horrible movie, by the way.
It wasn't
a movie poster.
It's a great poster, but
it wasn't me, Aaron. I always obey Fu Manchu.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Randy Howell says we were targeted. You were cut shortly after what happened this day in comics history.
Oh wow!
Oh, we didn't even make it as far as we thought.
Yeah, so we went like 10 minutes or so into the show before Pamela saw that.
We were just talking to each other for like 15 minutes. That's the worst thing I can think of. I only do this for the audience. I mean, you guys, it's hard to get through sometimes. Just saying, guys.
No,
yeah.
hang on
the thing about it is that it was the best show we've ever done, you guys. It was
you should have seen it.
It was brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The artwork we showed.
Once in a lifetime, you guys. We can't replicate it. It was magic. And Billy was a big reason why.
Well,
just the first stream, Billy showed up late.
I know I was going to say he was late to the first stream.
You guys were a lot quicker than I thought.
He wanted to be Billy's like, I got time for number 2.
No. I'm trying to get this book out, and we're closing the campaign in 24 hours. And
Nicholas Gear, thanks for the $2. I was going to give this to Art, but here you go, Andy. Well, I appreciate it. Next time I see Art in person, I'll slide him a $2 bill.
Well, minus 30% that Indiegogo takes.
Oh, I'll slide you $1.70 or whatever.
Andy's going to make it rain at a comic convention.
Yeah,
He's just going to come up and throw $2 at me.
Well, no, it's minus 30%, so it's going to be a bunch of dimes. I'm just going to throw dimes at you here.
That could hurt. Change hurts. Yeah.
What I don't understand is
interesting. Are you guys reading the chats? I mean, Headless Bourgeois says they did the same thing to Malin's channel over a scene from the Japanese Spider-Man show a week or so ago. It had been in his intro for years.
Really?
It's no boomer shit. Somebody is falsely reporting it.
And Grim Jim 6666 says, I had a stream taken down for gunplay stuff in the past couple of weeks. I stream video games. I think YouTube is being overly restrictive of guns, or somebody was using that to strike CG.
Huh. Well, let's just.
Well,
how
do you like file a complaint without them even checking it out before they shut you down? That's what I don't understand.
Right.
This is like calling up somebody and saying, I'm not going to the show because Frank Miller triggers me. Make sure he can't come to the show. Or
Well,
I'm not
also,
gonna come.
either way, they were on it fast, right? Because we were probably up for like maybe 5 minutes, no longer than that.
Right.
So either somebody complained and that got, or we got pulled to the algorithms fast.
Here's a question. Whoever was, you guys that were watching, and this is a serious question because we can gauge how long it was. Was Billy actually on the stream yet? No, I'm serious because we know when he came in.
Yeah, Billy came in 12 minutes in.
Yeah, so was he
Wow,
still on the stream yet? I'm serious.
So then Billy never even got an intro. Welcome to the show, Billy.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Wait a minute. If he
Billy
wasn't
was not on
he could have
stream.
been the one. He could have been the one that ratted us out.
Billy?
Billy hates guns.
Yeah. It
Billy
might
is
have
not a
been.
gun person at all. Yeah.
Nope.
Billy
Hey,
was not
keep your-
on the stream.
I'm a
keep
lover,
your-
not a fighter.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
I'm a little upset it's not Pride Month anymore, so I'm a little bummed out.
Yeah,
No.
but it's USA birthday month.
Yeah, all this, bullshit, pseudo patriotic malarkey lying stuff.
Keep it up, Billy. We're gonna get bumped again.
Yeah, Billy.
Why don't
Once
you drop
again,
a couple of F-bombs while you're at it?
You're allowed to.
Do you want to try to continue with the show? I mean, we only have Aaron for an
Yeah, let's do
hour.
the show, 'cause I
Well,
was,
yeah, I mean,
I was
Aaron-
looking at those publishers, and it said Crusade Comics only lasted till 2002. What's up with that?
It's still around, better than
Yeah,
ever.
man.
Here, Headless is really giving us details. Art had just finished wondering how one gets into the This Week in History thing when it went down.
Wow, that was early.
I almost feel like we need to tell Billy that most important thing that happened today, this week in history, because he missed it.
Go ahead, Andy.
What
I
happened today in
can't say
comics?
too much.
Well, Billy, this day in comics, apparently in 1978, would you believe Gabe Al-Taib was born?
Oh, shut up. Come on.
No, hey, I'm just going by what Art said.
It was there. It was there. Hey,
Travis
you know what?
Garrett,
Rock
$2.
never lies.
Happy White History Month.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. It's just.
Hey, he
This
pays
stuff
to
out.
read them. That's
This
the way it
stuff out.
goes.
The thing is, none of us are white, so
It's true. I'm Sicilian.
I'm Chicano.
Sicilian.
I'm white. I'm Irish.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
part Irish and French.
get much
so I'm gonna
whiter
have
than
to
that.
Throw down the
I was
whiteness.
gonna
I
say.
guess.
True.
I'm French Canadian, so yeah, I'm pretty white.
French
Art, are you
Canadian.
seriously French Canadian?
Yeah.
So am I. On my dad's side.
Oh, cool.
You guys
Yeah,
are
my
related.
dad's side as well. Yeah, and Portuguese on my mom's. Yeah.
See,
Oh,
T.
Irish
Barrett
on my
sounds
mom.
French Canadian. Smith, not so much.
Not so much.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
You know what I found when I went to go see my family this weekend, and I talked to my aunt who's 99 years old. Didn't know this, that my grandfather, of the Nolan side, his wife's maiden name was Nolan.
Get out.
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, I can.
so she never had to change her name.
Right, I can relate too. My grandmother and grandfather's both last name was Thibert.
Wow.
I never asked any questions.
I was
They
gonna
died.
say,
They died before
Are they from
I really got to know
Arkansas?
them.
What's going on here?
I don't know. Yeah, it's
Well-
weird. It was a different time. We can't judge.
we were talking about independence and independent comics companies. And here's one. This is a book. I'm surprised I remembered the name. I Googled it because it's one of my long boxes. I bought it brand new when it came out. Has anybody ever seen or heard of The Guardian?
The Guardian.
Spectrum Comics.
No. I never even heard of Spectrum Comics.
It was $1.
They are on the spectrum. Look at its rainbow logo too.
I know. If only the show was yesterday.
It kind of looks like the Captain Action thing, doesn't it? A little?
The logo,
Oh,
yeah.
that triangle thing.
Yeah.
CA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty bad what do you guys think? That's a bad G for the logo.
It's a horrible logo. It's a
Yeah.
horrible cover, unless you drew it, and it's great. Did you
Yeah.
draw it?
No. This came out like in the early 80s. There's no date.
Is there an artist listed? It looks like there's a signature on the by
Yeah,
the
I'm trying to
spine there.
make it out. I remember I bought it because the interiors. Now, remember, I'm pretty sure this came out early 80s. So obviously, as a kid, when I flipped to it, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It had a John Byrne feel. It says, I'm going to have to blow it up some so I can try to read it. Hold on here.
Well, I like how the left arm kind of just blends with the gray wall.
Well, there's two artists, so there's obviously an inker. The bottom one is W-O, I think it's R-O-N, and then it says and I can't read the second signature at all.
Huh.
So
Don't know.
So that's
But
one.
So the thing is, there's been a lot of great publishing companies. So we got Pacific, CrossGen, Eclipse first, Renegade, of course, Image, Dark Horse, mostly talking about indies. And then what I think is more fascinating is just the characters that have come out of that. And just to list a few, Invincible, Hellboy, Ninja Turtles, Walking Dead, Nexus, American Flag, Spawn, Archie. Is Archie publishing? That's kind of considered indie, right? That's not.
Yeah, it's indie.
I mean, they used to be
Oh,
big
that's
back
not
in the
indie.
back
Hey,
in
Art, hold on for a second, because Aaron did share a screen, and I want to get it in before he leaves.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that
Well, wait, hold on.
Yep.
Kevin Ryan for the win. Steve Warren, Bob Lewis did this cover.
Wow, that is for the win. Look at that.
Yeah. Now,
Never heard of him.
I don't think Warren did the inside, but I don't know. I'd have to dig it out. But here's Aaron. Here's what Aaron's sharing.
Do you guys
I
know
just-
those names?
I just want you guys to know.
Yeah, I know.
I just want you
never
guys
heard
to
of
know that Billy keeps sending me this and says, you got to read this. This is so good. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? It's just, I mean, I get copies like every couple weeks from him of this. He's like,
Well, you send them over here.
Yeah, well, and then your tagline was, "Why are nipples so important?" And I'm like, "Why?" And you said, "Because without them, titties would be pointless."
That sounds just like Aaron. Sounds just like
That's
Aaron.
why Aaron sent me that black.
look at this.
You know,
Hey,
it's
I
so
turn the tables on Billy. It just comes right back at me.
Hey, Billy, I'd ask Aaron, but I know he'll probably fib. You know, I couldn't make the Kings last night because of that 10.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, did Aaron send you any jokes for last night?
No, he didn't.
No. Took a
Thank
week off.
you, Billy. Jeez.
Thank God. Thank God. Unless he did.
Black Kiss story real quick. I used to hang out at Howard Chaykin's studio. He had a studio and everything. And it was a house, and he had a bunch of different artists, you know, working there. And he was working on Black Kiss at the time. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. I think it's about sexy vampires or some bullshit. And so the books were coming out. He goes, here's some copies. I brought them home to my apartment. I just kind of left them there. And poor Pamela came home from work. This is when we were dating. And she picked up those books and started reading them.
Are you serious?
That was it.
Oh, my God.
At least you didn't pick up butterscotch.
Oh. Chaos Comics is considered indie. Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Of course
I
they are.
would think. I know, Aaron, you asked about Archie. To me, Marvel, DC, and Archie, I consider mainstream because Archie's just
Yeah.
been around for so freaking long.
Yeah.
And
They
then
were a major
honestly,
publisher in the 40s.
Yeah.
They were major
They're
publishers.
they're
back in
older
the day.
than
They
Marvel.
they published the Shield.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then if you say that, then is Dark Horse still independent or are they mainstream?
I was going to bring them up because look
I
at how
think
many
they're mainstream.
How many companies are left from that black and white boom that formed, or even into the 90s, like Malibu and stuff like that. Somehow, Dark Horse has managed to survive, and you got to give them credit. I mean,
You know why? Hellboy, and
Yeah,
The
license it.
Mask. The Mask came out, was a huge hit. It put them on the market. They got a lot of cachet with Hollywood. I think that Universal Studios. What's the publisher's name? I forgot his name for Dark Horse.
Mike
Richardson.
Mike Richardson. Yeah.
Richardson. Yeah. He had an office on the Universal lot That comic shop that's in the Universal Walk, that's owned by Dark Horse. So they had a lot of cachet. They also had Time Cop, didn't they? That was a
Well, that was the
Dark-
thing they managed to do. Whenever they got in trouble, they would license something and turn it into a hit. Predator, well, Aliens first, right out of the gate, and Predator, Star Wars comics.
Yep.
They were much better than what Marvel's doing.
They had Conan too.
Conan for a while. Yeah.
Yep.
You also have, like we've been around since '94, but you also have consistently been around too, because I did a lot of work for Marvel and DC, is Terry Moore's Abstract Studios.
Yeah.
And even cartoon books, they're still active, still doing a lot. That Jeff Smith's with Bone.
there's stuff like the Goon. There's what is it? Was it Madman, Mr. Monster, Grindel, Cerebus? I got She, Billy. I wrote down She as one of the iconic independents, and then Rocketeer, and then I wrote down Magnus Robot Fighter. It's been around. So as what was the other one that they had?
Well, they had a lot. They had Turok, Solar.
Yeah.
Those are all. They bought them. Valiant bought those.
Yeah, but
IPs from
wasn't the metal guy? Wasn't he a new creation? Andy, that Bart worked on, that Ron Mars. What was the name of that book?
Exo
Man of War. Yeah.
Exo Man of War was a new creation.
Okay. So
here's another cool thing.
Starvenger was a new creation. Bloodsport.
Yeah. So they did contribute some new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Andy, share this. I got
okay.
This is Eclipse Comics, and I just want to let you guys see how many like big names and how many titles came out of these things. So we have the Henbeck book. What was that? How do you say it? Sabra or Sabre?
Saber.
That was Paul Galassy's book. And then what was it? Somerset Holmes was a big title. I Am Coyote, that's Steve Gerber. Zorro in Old California, The Rocketeer, 1986. Samurai, I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, Scout too. We forgot about Tim Truman.
Tim Truman.
Here's the thing that you guys should all be very proud of yourselves. Is like I had mentioned, Jeff Smith and Terry Moore. Is that you guys? These are a lot of amazing independent books, right? As you see, October 1998, right? Real Love, the best of Simon and Kirby romance. All right, forget that. Never mind that. Sorry.
But there's the Zorro books, the Alex Toth books that came out.
Yeah, but the thing is that those guys weren't publishing the books. Somebody else was publishing them. So you guys should be guys should really be proud of yourselves, because it's not for the weak, minded, is to be a self-publisher.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. It's like stuff that we do compared to like publishing with a company.
We're creating and publishing, whereas they were creating and a small-time publisher was
handing it off. And people don't realize, because like today, I didn't draw all day today because I was I'm doing work in the editorial department, and then the printing department, putting together printing files, and then the the art department, because I'm okay
marketing,
trading cards, that sort of thing. And that we wear so many different hats, and that cuts in your time too. So when someone says, "Oh my God, your book is a few months late," well, shit, we'd all love to just sit down by the computer and write all day, or then sit here at the art board, and draw all day. That's the fun part of it,
right?
Paper weights and paper sizes, and getting bags and boards and all the stuff that you have to order. And that is so time consuming. All that
it really is.
Yeah. And Epic or Eclipse as well were the first ones to start bringing over the manga books, Dirty Pair. And I think they even published, where was it? Miracle Man. Is that the Alan Moore stuff?
Oh yeah. Miracle Man. Yeah.
Oh, Neil Adams continuity. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a bunch here. I know there was something
Dennis
else.
Kitchen.
Yeah,
Dennis Kitchen had he had Xenozoic Tales with
Mark Schultz.
Mark Schultz, but
Mega
also
Gun
did he have
Man.
Eisner was doing new Spirit stuff for him back in the 70s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Neil offered
Yeah.
me to draw. When I had met, I had an interview with Neil at Continuity Offices, and he offered me the Samurai book, and I had the sheath, early pages of the She, you know.
Oh yeah.
And he gave me some books, and it was all those Mark Beecham books.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. What the hell is this? You know, and you can see he's using models and stuff, and I can just be like, "Hey, Dad, come here. Let me take a. Trust me, no one's gonna see these photos." You know.
Yeah, he really liked the crotch shots, didn't he?
Oh my God!
If the script said close up on Samurai's lips, you were going to get a crotch shot. You know,
Mark took that the wrong
on
way.
the other lips.
Yeah. He could draw his ass off, but
He could draw.
I was like, and I mean,
He
Neil
went
Adams,
south instead of north.
Yeah.
He couldn't tell a story though. It was all just that, kind of porno shots.
He told the story, Graham, a very clear story.
Oh, we know the story.
Wasn't
and then
it wasn't Star Reach Mike Friedrich's thing?
I think
so. Yeah. And then of course there's Pacific Comics, which started in '81. So this was kind of the precursor to Image Comics, where they took a lot of big names and gave them the ability to publish, basically whatever they wanted. And so they had
start with Jack Kirby.
Yeah, they had Jack Kirby, they had Neil Adams, they had Bernie Wrightson, and let me see who else.
they had Captain Victory and Silver Star.
Gru the Wanderer from
Destroyer Duck, Captain.
Did you say Captain Destroyer Duck. Hey, does anybody know what this symbol next to the red wolf and the SLG is? Right here, if you see my mouse.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's slave labor. That's slave labor graphics on the right.
Right. Yeah. Next to that, what is that?
Looks like an F and an E.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's a terrible logo.
So
I don't know. I don't know which one. What the one in the black triangle with the orange writing? What I don't know that.
Oh, that's Aircell. That they did.
Gosh,
oh my God, I'm trying to remember the book that Dale Keown drew for him.
Oh, that's right. It had it was like a Gremlin book or a Poison Elves type stuff.
Yeah, well, Poison Elves was one. That I don't think he did that one. So people are asking if it's Fanico, that logo, which I don't even get that out of that.
It looks like an E though. Oh, maybe that's an O. Maybe an O. I don't know.
Well, you can maybe see an F with those two bloop things poking to the right, and then maybe it's CO.
Or an E. It looks more like a backwards E.
Oh, here we go. This is what Dale did. Here we go. Yeah, Dragon Ring and Dragon Force. That's
Dragon Force. Yeah, that was Aircell. That's right.
Yeah. J.C. Vaughn has a great book out. If you guys have seen it, I think he's got 2 volumes of it. At the Overstreet Price Guide to Lost Universes.
Yes, I have the first one.
Yeah, and it showcases, and I'm trying to find it. And I know, just like every other time, I'll find it as soon as the show ends.
Back to Pacific real quick. Sergio Orgones and Mark Evanier grew the Wanderer.
Yep.
And, and Captain Victory was Jack Kirby's, and then ROG 2000, John Burns' book.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was who did that?
It says wait, hold on. Let me clarify. ROG 2000 stories that John Byrne had done in the 70s. So it looks like they repackaged them. So they didn't originally publish them.
Wait, Robert the Bruce for $5. I know Aaron can hear me.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Aaron's favorite, Blackthorn Publishing.
Oh yeah, they still owe me money. There it is, Billy, right there.
What?
Yeah,
with Iron Jaw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Iron Jaw.
Yep.
That was Atlas. That was
Atlas. I remember those things on the rack. I bought all those. Didn't you?
I got those.
Yeah, so this is just like it's got like all these different weird titles in here.
By the way, Roach Mill was Dark Horse.
What was?
Roachmill, Travis Perrick is saying Roachmill. That was a book Tom McWeeny did. That was Dark Horse.
I remember
Oh,
the
that's
flood.
cool.
Do you guys remember the flood of all the bad girl books that came out?
Yeah, thanks to you.
It was
Oh,
my
look at
God,
those
it's the
covers.
worst shit ever. My God.
Well, so Basement Comics, Cave Woman. Just saying, Bud Root, Cave Woman, Basement.
Does Bud self-publish that himself?
Well, no, now it's Amaral Entertainment,
Hmm.
but it was Basement, which is his.
What about
Here,
Tim
bring me up
Big
again.
Boy?
Here's some fun Atlas titles from the look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Tiger Man, Bog Beast.
So Scorpion
Yeah.
became what's the guy's name that Howard took it to Marvel?
Oh, Cody Starbuck.
Yes. And
I
then
like Manstalker.
Me too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's so
Man,
Man
derivative.
Monster.
It's so derivative. Even look at Vicky. You know, that's the Archie line. You know.
oh yeah,
And-
totally.
and, you know,
Look at the logo across the top. It's like the Marvel header. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Aaron,
the
go back a page.
That Tiger Man looks
And
like
hold
the,
it up.
the Iron
'Cause
Man
it-
logo.
Who's the guy that did
Oh yeah,
Cherry?
Planet of the Vampires.
Morlock 2001. What is that?
I got that Iron Jaw, the last one in that first tier, the close up with the face. Is that a Neil cover?
Morlock.
The Vampires
know.
right there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planet of the Vampires. Oh, there it is. Planet of the Vampires #1
That's
is
Neil.
Broderick Ink by Neil on the cover.
That's cool, man.
You know what's amazing about that company is they had distribution because I couldn't even get Marvel books, but I had Atlas books on my spinner rack. my
That's what it
local-
was, by the way. Scorpion went to Marvel and was
Dominic, Fortune.
Fortune.
That's what it was. I
That's
couldn't remember, but yeah, it was Dominic Fortune. He's right.
Hey, go back another bit because there's a book. I think it began with a G. And, oh no, the Brute.
Brute.
That was it from Atlas.
There he
And
is.
issue 3. Yep, issue 3, right there in the center of that middle row next to the Cougar. That issue was drawn by Alan Weiss.
The Cougar's about sexy older
Really?
ladies, right?
Yes.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of Dracula.
Yeah.
The Grim
How about
Ghost.
Son of the Cougar.
Those were some fun books.
Yeah, look
And-
at,
Yeah.
look at this great cover on Iron Jaw #1 by Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. And Pablo
Yeah.
Marcos drew the inside of a few of those, and they were great.
Is that Lee
Who?
Weeks on the cover, Aaron? The
Yeah.
Iron Jaw, is that Lee Weeks?
That's Lee
Yeah.
Weeks. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a great book. You guys check it out if you're into that.
I will. Yeah, that looks great. Iron Jaw. I got
You know,
most.
Aaron, that would be a great friendship gift that you ordered and had sent to all our houses.
It would be if
I
I was
What do
agree,
you
your
say,
friend.
guys? Don't we all agree with that?
I do. I do.
I don't think Billy does. Billy's looking very
See,
serious.
you guys' friendship with me is all about money and gifts. It's just sad.
Oh, if you
And
can't use it for that, what's the point?
and paying for your dinner.
Yeah, well, that I just
It's
I
sad
don't
for
want
you,
to pay
Aaron.
for my dinner, Billy. I just want to pay for my dinner only. That's what I was trying to.
Oh
get at.
boy.
Yeah.
Cheapo.
He's one of those. He's one of those, Graham.
Oh, it's got the alligator arms.
It was $104 the other night for dinner, and my son got pork. What did he say? Pork chops for like $25. You know
Who
what
goes
I
to
mean?
a restaurant and gets
Brian?
pork chops?
No, we split a dinner when we go out. Split a
Yeah, but
dinner.
who orders pork chops at a restaurant? It's like getting meatloaf.
He went to
I
his
know.
son's house. He
I feel
wanted
the same
pork
way.
chops. What am I going to do? Yell at
Pork
him? and
chops and applesauce.
Applesauce.
Go
So
son,
yes,
get
I'll
the
get
chicken
caught up.
fingers. They're cheaper.
Yeah, I'll get
The
caught up with
chicken
you someday with
fingers.
the with the
Chicken
super
fingers
chat.
it's all about the dipping sauce. That's
Right,
what makes
well,
it break.
Or you just put your foot down and go. You're ordering off the kids menu, and that saves you some money. Here, get the mac and cheese off the kids menu and call it good.
I'm good with mac and cheese. I'm
I
hungry.
know. I actually like.
Hey
mac and
guys,
cheese.
how are you guys, Andy and Lopez, for maybe Thursday night with Jenabeth for dinner?
I can do any night except Saturday night.
How about
Yeah.
you, Andy?
That's fine.
Okay, because
Okay,
I think
you
that works
guys, I
next
gotta
month.
go. I gotta go pick my son up from the airport. This is a fascinating conversation. I wish I didn't have to leave, but I do. So
All right.
Okay.
Be
See
safe.
you,
Aaron.
and, Aaron,
Go back, Wraith of God 3.
there you go. Farewell, everybody. Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you, Aaron.
Be safe. So where's Jenna-Beth going to meet you?
San Diego.
If you want to come, RT Bear.
No, she came to Texas once, man. She treated me and my wife very nicely.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, she crashed here for a couple days, and she took us out to the best restaurants in
You
the
crashed
world.
in your house?
Yeah, she stayed here.
Awesome. That's awesome, man.
Wow.
She's so much fun, man. She's awesome. Yeah, she got me to drink some of the frou-frou drinks, and I think we sent some of the pictures to you guys. Some like strawberry margarita.
Get her to drink some whiskey, Graham.
Hey, she'll drink. She's a drinker. She'll.
Billy, I think you just hit on something. Subtly get her to drink more and more.
Yes.
Then we get her to quote a really, 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 really good price and have her sign the piece of paper. Doesn't matter if it's a napkin; it's binding. I say.
Even if she has her lipstick on the side of it too, you know, like
whatever.
Just kiss this for luck.
She's got a little pork chop juice on there. She already gives us good prices. She takes good care of us, man.
She does.
Aaron's looking for, like I said, we have something like every night. It seems, geez. So
For San Diego, you have to.
Yeah,
man. You gotta book
if
it
you
in
work, you got to hustle. So you got meetings, you know, and Saturday night, my night to hang with my buds, and Andy's coming. We're gonna have a good time there, man.
Heck yeah.
But back on like the independent stuff,
yeah,
it's pretty amazing that when you look at Marvel and DC, even their success in film and TV, there's quite a bit of success with these independents too. I mean, you can't get any bigger than Ninja Turtles, the Crow franchise, you know, the Mask. I think they franchised that as well. There was more than one Mask movies.
Oh yeah,
cartoon too, I think.
Yeah, cartoons. Yeah, and then even Men in Black, that was Malibu. And so all of these publishing companies, they all have some pretty killer IPs. And I just started thinking, like, we always think Marvel and DC, all of our world centers around Marvel and DC. And there's been quite a bit of contribution in this industry with the independents. And I really do think the savior of this industry is going to be the independent. That's just my gut, especially direct to consumer. The stuff we're doing is, you know, because we're not dealing with distribution or shops or anything like that. So I do think the future of comics is what we're doing. You just create your own, putting stuff out there. Because if you look at the past, I mean, there's been quite a success. Would you say that Judge Dredd was an independent, that Eagle Press, or was that was big in Britain, right?
But when they brought it over here with Judge Dredd at just standard comic book size, which was a reprint, that was published here, wasn't it? It wasn't like published there and shipped over.
When they first started, it was Eagle Press, so it was like kind of like an import. I thought, because that's why it was cool for me, because you know how like they had import records and stuff like that, so you could find like Iron Maiden bootlegs and stuff like that. So it was kind of like that at the beginning.
Hey, so Stat Zero
question. It was Eclipse Comics.
Stat Zero says, I wonder how many bros worked these black and white indie companies before going to Marvel and DC. I know Chuck Dixon it was Eclipse, yeah. So Art, indie before the big time?
Like I said, Renegade Press, it was Aardvark Vanheim when they were splitting, and I think was Denny Lobert, was she Renegade or was she?
No, Denny is with Aardvark Vanheim.
Okay, so that Denny Lobert and then Pat Iron. What's that?
Wasn't she Dave Sims' girlfriend?
Yeah, it was her wife, his wife or something. Yeah, so when they split, the company kind of split. So he got, you know, Aardvark Vanheim, and so then she got Renegade Press, and that's where I did my early work with. But it was Cat Ironwood, or however you said her name.
Great book.
Swinging Cod for $5. Oops, sorry, Swinging Cod for $5. I missed Scud, the disposable assassin from Kitchen Sink Press.
Yeah, Rob.
What's that guy's name? That guy writes. He writes all kinds of stuff in Hollywood now. That movie Monster House, I think that's him.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a lot of these characters actually were in our Cyblade book. A lot of them. Scud's in it. If I can grab one, I don't know. We're doing a 30th anniversary for San Diego because it's the 30th anniversary of that book. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wait,
There's a
which
lot
one?
of cool characters. A lot of them are in that. I have
What-
Cerebus in it. I have Madmen in it. I have, oh my gosh, Scuds in it. Like I said, Tyrant by Steve Bissett when Steve was doing Tyrant. You know.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the success of that. I think Hollywood should start talking to people like us again, because I think they'd get some better movies out of it too, and stop putting all their hope in Marvel and DC. You know, because that stuff's going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's
I worked
true.
at Eclipse. That's where I got my start.
Did you
Oh,
really?
yeah.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure. What was the title?
I worked on Airboy. I worked
okay.
on the Prowler, and then I did covers for. They had a horror anthology book, Tales of Terror. I think it was Tales of Terror.
I think you're right.
I
Yeah.
did some stories in Tales of Terror and stuff like that. I did a cover for Airboy. And it's the first time Chuck Dixon and I worked together. We did Skywolf, which was the backup story in Airboy.
And then
You
Tom
remember
Lyle
Stan
did
Walk?
some
Was Stan
stuff.
Walk doing that book? Was
Yeah.
it before you or after?
Stan was doing Airboy, and Tom Lyle was doing Skywolf.
Yep.
And then he also did Sergeant
Strike.
Sergeant Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I came in and did I don't know four or something issues of Airboy, and then I got the Prowler, and then I was doing the Prowler because that was split. That was a Tim Truman, John K. Snyder, the third book.
The Prowler was more of a superhero type book, right? But Airboy was like a period piece, young pilot.
Well, the Prowler was like a pulp story, like a Shadow type character.
Okay.
like noirish.
Yeah, and it was the first front of the book was modern day. It was about the guy who was the Prowler, was an old man, and he was training this young kid. And then the backup story by Michael J. Price, Michael Price, and me was the story of the Prowler in the 1940s when he was young man. You know.
So a lot of your work early on were period piece because Airboy was a period piece as well, right?
Yeah, I didn't draw the Airboy. It was in Airboy comics. I drew Skywolf, which was also it took place in the 1950s.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot to throw at a newbie. You know, like
I had to reference the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god! Especially back then, you know, Airboy number 50, Andy and Adam Kubert team up there. Yeah, I think Andy drew it and Adam inked it. I think, and I think Adam colored it as well. I don't know. It could be backwards. I can't remember. But
do you think indie books of the past were better than like the Image and Dark Horse stuff today, or do you think it's about
no? Because there was a lot of crap back then too.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
I think what I would say about the indie stuff back in the 1980s is that they explored a lot of different genres, which I really liked. But you know, the modern day indies really don't. You know, it's still superhero heavy.
Right.
Yeah. But if you look at like
to be sure,
do you guys consider Dark Horse and like Image? You still consider them independent, or do you think that they're more now like mainstream?
They're definitely mainstream.
They're definitely mainstream.
And they've always been mainstream. From the moment they hit, they were outselling every Marvel and
Yeah.
DC.
I think you got to look at their the industry percentage. Swing Cod for $10. Thanks. That Stranko line art for Airboy 50 was fire. Probably my favorite crowdfunding purchase in the last 8 years. No offense, have appreciates what I've gotten from you all, but Stranko, come on. I don't even know what you're talking about. That's news to me. So that's cool.
I don't either.
I started here from Malibu.
Oh, the Protectors, yeah.
When I didn't even know about it until last week with Andy at HeroCon. Is that I sent them a submission. Maybe they're at the New York Con or something, and they offered me a cover, and they gave me a weekend to do it, and I did it, and I FedExed it to them on Monday, and they bumped it for Smiller's cover.
I was
Mike,
about to ask you, do you remember what you got paid for it? But never mind. Well, no, actually,
I don't know if I ever got paid.
no,
here.
actually, if you look at it, Billy, Tom Derenick drew it and Smiller inked it.
Yeah,
If you
Tom
look at
Derenick drew it,
Yeah.
and then Mike S. Miller inked it. So here's their cover, which is nice. And then I'll show you my piece of garbage.
Where's the superior cover? We need to see
Here's
this.
mine. There's mine.
Wait, other side, right?
Yeah,
there
there
it
it is. There's mine. I don't even know these characters.
Are you on the? You're the inside cover.
The black and white piece?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's just a pinup. They made it a pinup, and with all the success of She and how popular it got, no one ever noticed this or sent me this.
Wow.
Until last 2 weeks ago in Heroes Con, when someone gave me this book to sign, and I'm like, I didn't work on that. I was like, yeah, you did. I'm like, and it was in previews. My art was on previews, to like in the little previews page, which I think I cut out. And then I was like so disappointed that it wasn't printed. But you know what? It wasn't such a bad thing that it wasn't. But that's my very first Billy Tucci work is protected.
So then you guys, what does qualify like a true independent versus like a mainstream? Then is it just amount of sales? Like if the sales are lower?
I think longevity as well.
Look at the distributor catalog. If you're not the top 3, you're the independent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's all alphabetical, like right? So Image would still be further along in the catalog. They'd have a bigger section though.
No, it was Marvel first, and then DC.
Because so those ones didn't go alphabetical, right? They were the exception. And Dark Horse,
and then Image,
right?
And then
Dark Horse,
and then everybody else.
Yeah, and you get a company like Harris Comics that put out the first Vampirella comics. I know Vampirella was in a magazine from Warner, from Jim Warner's company, but that was his company. It was owned by Warner Publishing.
Warren
Publishing.
Yeah.
So that's a major publishing company. That they put out hunting magazines and car magazines and like hundreds of magazines a month. They had a couple of floors in Manhattan as their offices. They're a long time company. So, you can consider them an independent comic company while they were around. They gave Ethan his start with Cyberfrog, or they took Cyberfrog over after Hall of Heroes. But they technically were independent, but they were, not small like us.
Yeah, so Dark Horse could still be, or at least their early roots were independent. I mean, they had Boris the Bear and some of these other.
It's weird with Dark Horse because Dark Horse doesn't put out a lot now, and it's mostly, isn't it mostly licensing stuff? So,
right.
I mean, I consider Dynamite independent, and they put out a ton of stuff, but I consider them independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have to define what independent means.
That's why I'm getting at.
We're just talking about different comic companies. Going back to the beginnings, when somebody had asked, was Fawcett independent? No, Fawcett wasn't independent. None of them were independent. No. They were all companies that were, even Harry Chesler Studios was producing comics on their own, but they still use the same distribution model. I think really if you have to say you're a true independent comic is you have to control your distribution. So like Robert Crumb, that guy was independent because, he wasn't going through national periodicals or I forget what the name of the distribution company.
Right.
They owned all that stuff. And once the implosion in the 50s happened and there was very few comic companies left, and the newspaper distributors that distributed the comics, they own that, so like Marvel was being distributed by DC Comics and they were only allocated so many slots. So like, the rise of these independent comics companies, I think what makes them independent was when they came up, they gave the artists ownership, that was big because none of the majors would do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, they now in the 80s, they all use the same distribution, I think, so it's kind of a tricky thing. It's like, how do we define what that independence is? Are you just like Dynamite, just Dynamite's just a better funded comic small time comic company than say Compass Comics. You know.
Well, then
But I'm truly independent.
saying that there's independent and then there's small publisher? And
Yes.
there's two different things.
Yeah,
Exactly
small
right.
press. Yeah, small press.
And the thing is, like, I always thought like independent, like just in a simplistic way, was just independent of Marvel and DC. Like ever since I've been doing comic books, like those have been the mainstay, right?
Sure.
Marvel and DC, they were the juggernauts.
Mm.
So I always thought like independent was anything that wasn't Marvel and DC. You know what I mean?
I kind of go with Graham. I think anything. I think that's small press. I think independent, like your example of Crumb, and then us, and then trying to think back to the 80s of somebody. I think continuity was
small press. Yeah. And actually,
if
if you think about it,
would you put continuity under independent or small press?
it'd be small press.
I put on
I think
independent.
small press.
I put on
Yeah, because the thing is too, like remember San Diego? I don't know if they still have, but they used to have a small press area.
the
they
independent
still do.
pavilion, and they still have the small press. Now, small press has 6-foot tables. The independent pavilion has regular size tables where they have red carpeting, red back, red dark curtains.
Right.
And I remember they used to have the independent pavilion pushed in the back. And I remember Jeff Smith and I in '95, we got moved over to the mainstream press, to the mainstream exhibitors. And I remember them talking to Faye Desmond. And I'm like, well, because we were like an afterthought, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, I want to be in the main area, me and Jeff. They were still charging us the same amount as it would cost Marvel, would say. And hey, thank you.
Yeah, but he has a question or something. He said,
glitch. I could have Debbie do that. You should be able to add it on. I don't know what's up with that. I'll ask her after we're done. Well, I don't know how to get in touch with you. If you can message me on Twitter or something, or send me a message at support@billytucci.com. That's my email.
Hellraiser actually brings up, so he says, Pete Cimetti would probably be considered small press.
Yeah.
And I guess one way you could separate it out is small press, small publishers have, more creators working for them than, like independent, like you brought up Crumb. It was just him, for us, it's just us, right? Now, if we were able to branch out with maybe another book by somebody like you did with Joe Frankenstein, I'd still say independent. But if like you're starting to put out 10 books, or any of us are, drawn by different people and even written by different people, I think you now switch over to small press.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well,
right?
what I like if I can finish that point is that at San Diego. So I remember Faye Desmond telling me, I'm like, why is Harris Comics there? In the main area? Why are we pushed to the side? And she goes, well, Harris is a corporation.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm a corporation too, and I have a bigger market share than them.
Right.
So we're able to get moved to the where the big guys are.
Yeah. Well, technically, most of us are incorporated anyway, so that's a cool technicality. Yeah.
But I like to think of us as almost like boutique publishing. Or
yes, definitely that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you could, or if you want to,
I think all three of those handles apply to us.
Yeah.
We're independent.
Yeah.
We're boutique publishing.
Yeah.
And we are small press.
Yeah. And you're also
all three of those things.
We're also self-published.
Right.
So we're self-publishers. So you can say small press, big numbers.
Swinging Tide for $5. Look at Chuck's Airboy 50 campaign. It was 5 or 6 years ago on Indiegogo. He had Stranko. Okay, that's probably why I didn't see it.
Or his crowdfunding.
Also, YouTube has changed terms again. You can no longer chat Indiegogo in normal terms. What?
YouTube.
Also, wait, read it again.
Yeah, hold on.
YouTube.
Hold on, let me grab it.
Why just Indiegogo? Why not like other
Indiegogo?
YouTube has changed. You can no longer chat in normal.
Go in normal
What does
terms.
that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to look that up while we're chatting.
Please explain.
Yes, please
What is-
explain.
What
But
is
yeah, like the so then just back on, okay, so Image Comics would be just a publishing company. A Dark Horse would just be a publishing, not necessarily even a small publishing company, just a publishing company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think he was saying that you couldn't use Indiegogo in the chat. But these guys are putting tests in now. Test Indiegogo.
Oh,
test.
thanks.
Oh, you mean links in the chat?
Yeah. Oh, hi, honey. Debbie's here. Somebody had
Debbie,
asked,
we're having all kinds of trouble.
yeah, somebody had asked about they ordered. Let me go back and see, and maybe.
Oh, hold on.
Hang
Let
on.
me see if I can find it. It was Glitch, right?
Boy, this has been one cluster F of an
Here,
evening.
it's right here. I just put it on the screen.
Here you go. Billy just went to order the RAN ash can and can't do any add-ons. So they can't add
so
on.
the add-on didn't. They should be able to. I thought I fixed that, but I will look at it right now.
All right, thank you, dear.
I'll call you when it should
All right.
be ready.
Thank you.
I mean,
Andy.
Ask Debbie if she can fix my YouTube problem with being banned in our intro.
So,
well, I just asked Rock about it. I said, you know, in YouTube's terms of service, can you talk about Indiegogo? And I mean, Rock listed this whole thing, and there's nothing basically
no
saying
shit.
you
Let me
can't.
try it. Let me try
I
it.
did a live stream this morning, and there were all kinds of Indiegogo links and stuff like that. So even
Swing
if I'm
God says if I type Indiegogo in the way it is spelled, Super Chat won't go through.
super chat,
Really? I don't know.
Try it.
I'll try
yeah,
it.
everybody try it and make sure all the money goes to me.
Yeah. Try it with $100. Because if
So,
that doesn't
yeah,
go through, then we know.
That's a good start. Yeah, $100 is a good
Psychopathy says, I think the thing that's killing a lot of channels is using the XP chat feature. It's making what's XP? I don't
Yeah.
even know what that is.
Yeah, what's XP?
whatever it is. We're not
no.
using it. We don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is.
I think somebody came after us. I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but there's been some shit going on behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
there's been people saying that we're not quite loyal, or I'm not loyal to CG, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
None of it's true. Don't listen to any of those voices. If you want to know anything, just ask us flat
Shit
out. We'll tell
stirrers.
you.
So Demifoot for $2. Demifoot, Indiegogo, Wagner, Dillard, Monsters. Thank you. Headless, Bourgeoisie, Test, Indiegogo.
It went
Thank you.
through.
Yeah.
There it goes.
And I still have my YouTube up on a different screen, and we're still live. So
Yeah. So anyway, we can try this again with a full house. You know, should we? How should we progress after this? Because this was kind of a cluster F, or was this a success? You guys, let me know.
Working, right?
So he said, so says you have XP on your channel right now. It's a new feature.
XP. Did
So
you
I'll
ask?
have to, yeah, I don't
What
know. It
is
might be in the dashboard, like, you know, behind it, or, you know, in the studio part settings, maybe.
Yeah. Let me
Swinging Todd says, oh no, that's not it. He says it's the new standard on YouTube. I think you have to find it and turn it off now. I'll send you a pic of what it looks like for us. Okay, yeah. I'm sure you'll send that on Twitter. So yeah, go ahead. That'd be cool.
And Glitch Debbie fixed that problem with the
Thank you.
Indiegogo for the add-ons. Sorry, I'll go and post it in the chat.
Okay, so Randy says, wait, where was it? XP puts these freaking crowns next to our name.
Mm.
Hold
I
on.
haven't seen any of these things. What is XP?
I don't see. I'm looking at the chat now on YouTube. I don't see crowns next to anybody's name. Oh wait, there's one next to Headless Bourgeoisie. There's a crown and it says number 2.
Uh-oh.
But he's the only one I see it on looking at YouTube.
Well, yesterday, on Ethan's thing, it said like King Billy Tucci when I chatted something, when I posted, like when I commented, and he said he didn't do that. He didn't change my name.
Oh, so I just clicked on. Okay, so I just clicked on in YouTube. I just clicked on somebody's name, and then it pulls up 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just goes down the line of how many people are chatting. And then, for instance, William Cod has a crown and a number 1. Headless Bourgeoisie has a crown and number 2. And then Robert, I can't read the whole thing, it's cut off, but he knows who it is, has a crown and number 3. But it does have like XP next to him, and
it's a reward on. I just Google search it. It says on YouTube, XP or experience points are awarded to viewers for interacting with live streams, specifically through sending chats, messages, or purchasing super chats, super stickers, or gifts. These points contribute to the leaderboard that ranks viewers based on their engagement, with top viewers potentially receiving special badges or recognition in the live chat. So the more you interact, the more money, the more of that stuff, then you guys will get that XP crown or whatever it is. So I guess those numbers are in order. So since it's new, the first one gets, number 1 and so on and so forth.
Billy, if you want to pull that up and share your screen, you can. Art of Voice says, just sent you a screen cap of YT policy regarding IGG.
Where did he send it?
Your XDM.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me do that. I'll go. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, and if you want to share it, that's fine.
So this should be interesting. I think our plan that we have been talking behind the scenes is looking more and more like something we should pursue quickly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roy. Let me share.
Because I also heard a lot of YouTubers talking about algorithms not favoring YouTube creators. They're mostly going corporations, things like that, because corporations are trying to get in to YouTube more and more.
All right, so here it is. So it says, thanks, Arthur Roy. From crowdfunding platforms like Indiegogo, while YouTube allows channels to integrate fundraising through its built-in tools, like the donate button.
Hey, Billy, real quick, if you just click on it, it'll hide all the stuff on the left. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. I just
don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Fan funding features are separate from crowdfunding platforms like Indiegogo. Like I said, via YouTube, they are distinct from campaigns run on external platforms. So is that why they're saying like you can't say, Andy Smith is live on Indiegogo with the link? And is that what they're stopping?
I don't know why that would matter.
Yeah, YouTube has policies regarding third-party sponsors. It might be them for them.
This could potentially impact how you promote an Indiegogo campaign if it involves paid promotions within your videos, where the YouTube has comparable ad formats.
So I'm wondering if it's because of all the links in the description, but that doesn't make sense.
I think what it means is that you're advertising Indiegogo and they don't like you advertising.
Right. But I think the only conflict is if you're monetizing the stream. So like if you click on, when you set up your stream, when you go to YouTube, did you click on to monetize it?
Mine's always set to monetize. So what you're saying is it could be like a conflict of interest, or they're looking at it as a conflict of interest because they're selling ad space and they think you're selling ad space or whatever on your show with the chat, like Indiegogo, like we're promoting Indiegogo, when in reality we kind of are, but not really. We're advertising our own.
I have to manually check it for every stream.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mine stays set. I'll check it again before I go live next time.
Yeah,
I wonder if they
have to go to your YouTube page to check it. Your what do they call that? The YouTube
dashboard.
Dashboard. No. What's it called?
It's a monetize button. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that maybe if you send a super chat with a link, they'll be okay with that because it's a way for them to bring in money, revenue?
Oh, I think YouTube doesn't care at that point. So they're like, oh, they're giving us money. Say what you want. Like this, Randy Howell for $5.
Yeah.
YouTube wants us to battle for a crown like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, Randy, you'll
And like Marcus just put the Gatecrasher graphic novel link in the chat. And our links have been, the guys have been putting those in all night, and we're not getting any blowback from that.
No, I do think it's the guns. I'll look into why I was bumped. If you guys haven't heard, we started this on my channel an hour or so ago, and about 10 minutes in, 5 minutes actually, we were bumped, and so I think it's because of the gun intro, because we didn't really have a chance to do much of anything else.
No,
before that, so
we didn't have a chance to screw up.
Yeah, we didn't F you over YouTube. Come on, man.
I follow a lot of channels, like gun channels and stuff, and it opens up with them all just blasting real guns, not even scenes from movies.
Right.
They're like, you know what I mean?
And we're setting these shows not for kids. So
right.
You know what? I'm maybe if we're going to continue, because to be honest, the ad revenue isn't that great, at least on my channel.
Yeah.
So maybe if we just don't monetize the video, like the bros, we can monetize our other shows, but so we can use that intro. So we'll just knock off that monetize.
I'm all for that. Yeah, I don't get it.
Ads or whatever.
Try it next week, Billy. Run because it's your show next week, right?
Yes, sure, we could do it. I won't monetize. I don't see any of them super chats anyway.
Yeah, that's true. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I got nothing to lose.
But put the put the opening in. And let's see what happens.
Well, we can do the ending. We can do the outro, but there's no guns, right? It's just us walking.
Yeah, it's just
us waving and
being
cool.
It seems from like Tropic Thunder and Commando and shit like that. You gotta be kidding me,
Well, I love floating heads on them, I mean, come on.
I love mine because I get to blow away John Travolta. I think mine's the only one that has like an actual person that I'm shooting, right? Or does Andy's have one too? Do you get to see a star or a celebrity in your intro, your bro's intro? Is there a star that you blow away?
No,
I think
I don't know about this because we've been running it for a long time. But Art of Roy says live streams can't show guns, but recorded can if it's under the education category.
That's true. Yeah, he's right about that.
Yeah, but I think that means like holding up a gun, real guns, not parodies. Where that head is definitely pasted on that body.
Really supposed to tell, like, these are not human beings that are looking into this stuff. If they were, they would see how ridiculous bumping us was. But I think they're just algorithms that pick up on it, and then they just go into what they do, which is pull the video.
Very strange.
That's it. I'm gonna get struck.
Yeah, I think it's the monetize button to be. That's my gut. Because otherwise, I don't know why they would be so anal about it. Because if they're worried about their advertisers, they want to make sure that they clean house. They want to make sure that whatever it is nice for the advertisers.
Yeah.
So it makes business sense if they if we were monetizing, then they have a vested interest in it. If not, then who cares, right? I mean, they don't have a vested interest in it anymore. So they should just let it go because it's not going to affect their bottom line.
It's true. All right. It's 8:35. We've talked a lot about the publishing stuff. Art, act like it's your channel and wrap this puppy up, baby. Share your screen if you like, because it is your week.
You got that, Andy?
I got it right there.
All right, this is Black and White, Volume 3, Sins of the Father. We are stone's throw away from 36K, you guys. We just broke through the 500 backer barrier, which is amazing. Thanks, each and every one of you. There's still room for more backers. Let's hit this video and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hello, puppy.
Putting the sexy back in comics.
Yes, sir.
For evil to live. Don't shoot him. Black and
I
white.
like what he's focusing in on.
Yeah. You guys, 30 years of black and white. In 1994, through Image Comics, these guys were born. The 3-issue miniseries was a huge success. So I have never, after the 30 years, forgot about these guys. Always plan on bringing them back somehow, some way. And now with Comicsgate and this new, independent, truly independent market that we're helping create, black and white can exist once again. So Sins of the Father, this is volume 3. This is a 2-part story. 3 and 4 will get into Reed's backstory. Reed, aka Black, his MI10 connections with the British Secret Service, and his mysterious father's disappearance or death, I should say. And then, of course, Whitney Sung, aka White, is back, and the Team Supreme will be battling crazy maniacal robots, supernatural, Walking Dead. This thing's got a little bit of everything: supernatural, action adventure, and high, I guess it would be science fiction type stuff. Also, you guys, we got, like we did with Volume 2's campaign, we got the high octane one and done 22-page adventure book. So we got Pedro Eng back for this one, and I just saw the last 2 pages last night. So this book is pretty much done as we're talking. I gave him a couple notes. I think he got me those back just before we launched the show. So yeah, you guys, things are moving along. The actual main book is halfway. We're 32 pages into the book, so we're halfway through that. So everything's looking good. Pages are looking great. And of course, 4 jaw-dropping covers. We got the A, the B, that's done by me and Kyle Ritter. And then we got the great Carlo Barberi. I think he's working on Spawn right now. And we got the D cover by John Malin. So you guys got 4 to choose from. But why try to decide? Just back them all.
Get them all.
That's right.
Get 'em all.
Complete the
Get
collection.
'em all. It's a feast of entertainment right there for you.
Yeah, so the B cover, which is outselling all of them, even the great John Malin's cover, believe it or not. So we have the immortal Lord Fakin. We have Juju. So this is the big bad cover here. So you get to see the supernatural side of things there. We got the Carlo Barberi, better image size and bigger image of the D cover, which is John Malin. And of course, you guys can buy some original artwork and get that jam. Get that jam tier because you can get this 11x17 Juju print. It is a full bleed. It is beautiful. And the only place you can get it is in the jam tier. So thanks you guys so much. Once again, we are so close to the next stretch goal. So let's keep the backing going and see if we can turn this thing into an even bigger success. We are a stone's throw away from 36K. We just
yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Fire it up.
Yeah, so 35,928, you guys. We are less than 70 away from turning this bad boy over. So let's keep it going, you guys. Thanks again. These are dreams. These are dream projects. We are creators. This is our obsession. And so every backer, we don't take it for granted. We just absolutely get so excited, each and every backer. So thanks again. And these guys all have campaigns. Andy's got, you got a sign-up page, right? For,
I do. Lilith Infernal Conflict sign-up page is live. The links, I've been a busy little beaver art was talking. The links are in the description below now.
Very cool. And
Everybody's projects.
Yeah, Billy's got Gate Crashers. Gate
Closing tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow.
So we're gonna close on Ethan's show tomorrow night.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, I know you guys got shows.
And then, of course, Graham's, is it Escape?
Escape from
Monster Island.
Yes.
The third installment. Yes. And that book looks badass. All of these books are numero unos. You guys are going to love them. I guarantee you. These books are top notch.
I just want to say Escape just hit 90,000 today. And we're 25 backers away from 1,500 backers. So thank you everybody for backing this. Swinging Cod, yeah, you can. Monster Island is still open. So, but it's only going to be for a few more weeks.
Yes, I think most of us are going to be closing. Well, Billy's closing tomorrow, so we're all kind of close to. Well, Andy's just going to be launching soon, but the rest of us closing down.
Right.
Even Aaron Lopresti's Wraith of God 3, you guys. The link is in the description, so go back that as well.
That's right. Next week,
we did it. Somehow we did it, Andy.
That's right. Yep, and Graham does have a children's book sign up as well. So
Sunshine State. Get signed up.
Comic strips.
Yeah, it's going to launch shortly after the Kickstarter. The Escape from Monster Island Kickstarter closes in 48 hours, something like that.
Cool.
And then I'll next week I'm planning to launch the campaign for Sunshine State.
Also, congrats on the Kickstarter, because I think you're over 4K now, right?
Yeah, I got over 4K.
Nice.
So it's money that wasn't left on the table, which is great. So
icing on the cake. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next week it is Billy's turn, and I'm going to do a little plug for my YouTube channel since I was doing some stuff on it. 67 subscribers away from 5,000. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, share it around. 67. I know we can do it. Let's get to that big 5,000.
You definitely
that would be nice.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, Andy, the content is looking sharp. You're getting some good people in there to do interviews and stuff with. So
thanks.
It's a great channel.
Hey, guys, I got a question to ask you guys real quick. We're going to launch our next book, Return of the Warrior. I'm sorry, Revenge of the Warrior, because it's kind of a play on what I did, Way of the Warrior, the first She, and then when I brought She back again with Return of the Warrior, this would be Revenge of the Warrior, because she's like a crazy, like all the things I always wanted to do with She, but never had the guts to do. Do you guys like that name, Revenge of the Warrior, or should I do it? I had another alternative title called Kamikaze Knights with a K, which is
ran Kamikaze Knights.
Yeah,
or ran
Revenge of the Warrior.
Revenge of the Warrior.
I like kooky stuff, so I like the second one better.
How about you, Andy? What do you think?
I like Revenge of the Warrior.
You do?
Yeah, I think I like that better than Kamikaze Knights.
It rolls better. Kamikaze Knights almost sounds like a action comedy. Something.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
You know,
Yeah.
It doesn't sound serious enough. Where Revenge of the Warrior, like, oh shit, that she's coming for blood, and she's
like Kamikaze Knights could actually be its own title.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That could be another offshoot or something.
It definitely has story ideas attached to that, but it's not. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with revenge. So if the story actually has to do with revenge, I think it's better to keep that in the title.
What if Kamikaze Knights came out in August of 1943 by Will Eisner? How do you think that would look?
I'd love it. Love it.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it too. Hey, that's mine. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Copyright it right now, Billy.
Copyright it tomorrow. Kamikaze Knights.
All right, guys.
All right.
You want to wrap? All right, I'm going to hit end. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Next week on Billy's channel, and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.